Hey, what's going on, team? I just wanted to come to you today with a quick tip of the day, a little bit different than I normally do, right? Sometimes I put like a YouTube video, or I'll have a 7 or 8 minute podcast. But a quick tip of the day, guys. I had a one-on-one with Sebas today, man. It was awesome, man. I like that guy a lot, man. I like that guy Sebas a lot ever since I met him. And I had a one-on-one with him, and what he's doing, he's reaching out to his different mentors to get some positive energy, positive feedback, positive advice, so that he can, get to where he's trying to get with this career. And man, I respect that so much, so much. I was speaking with Jorge yesterday. He said, Shane, I listened to this YouTube video about overcoming objections that I've been listening to. What do you think, man? I love how you guys are doing that. When I remember when Angelica, she first started, man, she was reading everything and YouTube videos and everything. And Shane, I listened to this person and blah, blah, blah. Because trying to get better, man. Man, I love team members like you guys. Angelica, Sebas, Jorge, how you guys saying that, man, I'm reaching out. Thank you, Shane, for whatever you're giving me. But I'm still reaching out more to get better. You're taking your success in your own hands. And that's what it's about, right? I mean, we're grown adults in this partnership that we have. So kudos to you on that. But what it made me think about, because Sebastian, our one-on-one today, brought up something else. He said, yeah, but I'm going to be honest, Shane. A lot of people not picking up. He used the number 90%. Now, he couldn't tell me exactly. I'm sure he doesn't give me the track that exactly, but it feels like to him that it's 90% of the people are not picking up the phone. And the advice that I had for Sebas, and I can relate to it, and it hit me exactly when he said that to me, it hit me, and I was thinking. Now, the first 2 weeks of this year, Sebas, I'm going to put it out there, and you're one of the most top dollars we have right now. You're one of the top dollars. You're the top two. So he did $487 week 1, and he did $484 week 2. So the minimum that I'm saying you guys should be doing, he didn't hit that in the first 2 weeks. And his issue right now is that 90% of the people are not picking up the phone. So this is what I came to, guys. If you're doing about 480, even if you're doing $500 a week, that means you're calling at a certain time. Think about your schedule. How many of you are starting your day, you're waking up at about 9 or 10 o'clock? I'm my own boss. I don't have to be there at 8 o'clock at that job. I'm my own boss. So you wake up at about 9 or 10 o'clock, get your coffee, your breakfast and everything. You start dialing at about 12 or 1 o'clock. And you're ending your day at about 5-ish, 6-ish o'clock. If you really work hard, you stop at 7. If you really push yourself. So about 12-ish, 11-ish, 12-ish to 6-ish, 5-ish, 6-ish, your day. And you're doing that Monday through Friday. Guess what, guys? You know how many telesales people do that schedule? So what happens is these clients, they realize between these hours, probably some telesales person calling me trying to sell me something. So they don't even pick up the phone. Then you have people like me who average 2021 when I was all sales, not last year when I'm building or doing different things. 2021, when I made 295 sales, I was averaging $721. So in order for me to average $721 a week, I had to, it's not that I can get more dials in a minute. A dial is a dial. But I had to work outside of the hours that average telesales people, average insurance agents work. In order for me, like you heard Jeff say, I'm not trying to say this to brag, but when he said Shane is in the top 1%, it's true. In any sales thing I ever did, I'm in the top 1%. But the reason I'm able to do that is because I'm willing to work outside of the hours that the average person is willing to work. So look, we are able to start dialing at 8:30 in the morning, and we can go all the way our time till 9:30 because of Texas Central Time. There it's 8:30 in Texas when it's 9:30 here right now at this time of the year. So we can work from 8:30 a.m. our time to 9:30 p.m. our time. What did I do when I was hungry, at least, when I really, really wanted, when I wanted bad? If I can start dialing at 8:30, I'm getting up at 6, 7. I get up at 4 o'clock now to go to the gym at 5. But think about work. I'm up at least 6, 7, 8 or whatever to start working at 8:30. I mean, here you don't even have to wash or brush your teeth. You can get out and get in your drawers and shit and start dialing. You don't have to face nobody to like be presentable or whatever. You just start dialing. But I would work at 8:30. I'm going to start at 8:30. I'm not going to go at 11 and 12 because at 8:30, how many people are expecting you to call them at 8:30? So a percentage of the people that's not picking up for you will start picking up because you're calling at a time that you don't normally call and not the average person don't normally call. Hey, if you're stopping at 5-ish, 6-ish, those are average times that jobs stop, right? What I would do, I had plenty of days where I work up to 8:30, 9:30 until I couldn't work anymore. So a percentage of the people that's not picking up for you now starts picking up because you're calling outside of the average hours, the average people hours. Those clients are not thinking that it's a telesales person calling me at 8:30 at night. What else did I do? Most average agents, they work Monday through Friday because that's the average mindset. It's ideal. There were plenty of Saturdays and Sundays that I worked because the average agent is not calling that time. So the client is not expecting that it's the telesales guy, the insurance man, calling on a Saturday or even a Sunday. So what happens when I open up the times that I work, that's how I'm getting more dials than the average person. You guys are probably averaging, I don't know, 300, 400 dials a week. I can do that in the 2 days on the weekend because I'm willing to work at times that the average person is not willing to work. So that brings us to one or two things. One, and what I left with what I left with Sebastian with, and this was an answer to Brian's point that he brought up yesterday as well, said, people, if I can do a presentation, then I could do something. They just not picking up. Well, this is the answer to it, guys. You have to ask yourself an honest question. If I want the results here, am I willing to do what the average person wouldn't be willing to do in order to get the results? You have to really ask yourself that question. Shane talking about he did 720 dials a day. A week. Average 720 dials a week. I made 295 sales that year as well. I made a lot of money that well. Imagine I probably make a little bit more money than you from the sale, right? Because I got a license. But I made a lot of money. I created a lot of freedom. I created a beautiful lifestyle with 295 sales. So that's why I was willing to do what the average person was not willing to do, so that I could live a lifestyle that the average person is not able to live. And that's the real question you got to ask yourself. Because there's no magic wand that I can give you for making sales and making people pick up and making that. We can't control that. But I always stayed in control of what I could stay in control of. And that's the effort that I was willing to put in to get the results I was willing to get. Some of you have amazing abilities. You're going to have to, though, pick it up, turn it up, give more dials, more time, more days, whatever it takes. Because that's the last thing I was talking to Sebastian about. I said, you're going to have to ask yourself, man, are you willing to go crazy in order to get the results that you want? Me, I'm willing to go crazy. And unfortunately for some of you, your coach is one that busts his ass and works hard, and I believe in it. And not everybody's like that and built like that. And it's okay. It's okay. That's why I like to put that in front. I like to show that in front so that you can then ask yourself, am I willing to put the effort that Shane is saying it took to be successful here? Am I willing to go crazy to live a lifestyle that the average person can't live? Am I willing to do it, even if only for a year or 2 years, because I'm creating freedom as I do it? Ask yourself that. And if the answer is no, no problem. Para nada. Tenemos amor para ti todavía. Even more, because then we can leave amicably saying, hey, it's just not for you. But if you're willing to put the extra effort in, that's why we keep the numbers, so we can know exactly what we need to do to get better and better, poco a poco. Grano a grano va llenando la gallina el buche, ¿no? Entonces, poco a poco, vamos a llegar en la objetivos que queremos. Entonces, feliz día. It's the tip of the day. Another podcast, 11-minute podcast from Shane No. But honestly, I hope that helps some of you look at it from a different perspective. You know, if you're working the same hours every day, you're going to get the same results. If you expand the hours, expand the days, you're going to be able to achieve more results, even if the results are just more dials. Okay, later.